Yeah.
Drink a Coke.
So now we can move on to the one that...
Hold on, this one I need to be a part of.
Yeah. What, Square?
No, I didn't see that item.
Oh, well, yeah. We're going in order, ass hat. So, John...
Damn it, where'd they go?
You did it, baby. You're going to get Final Fantasy VII Remake in your lifetime. Unless you die before March 3rd.
Probably I'm going to die before it comes out.
And my God, that gameplay is, like, gorgeous. My God. But, unfortunately, that game really is only covering up to Midgar.
But it's on 2 discs, which is ridiculous.
And they said they have no idea how many parts there's going to be.
Yeah, they haven't figured that out yet. They're just kind of winging it. I'm like...
I was like, man, like...
At this point, I'm like, they're coming out with a game.
There's no way they're going to commit to yearly releases. Do you think we're going to see a new part every 2 years?
I think it's every 3, maybe 4.
Do you think it's going to take 10 years to finish this remake project?
The problem is, I think it will just because, okay, we're toward the end of the PS4 life cycle, or at least... Not the end, but we're at the peak end of
no,
so
just
like,
no, literally like...
This won't be finished on PS4.
I mean, just look at the trend of this last E3. The PS4 and Xbox One generation's pretty much done. Sony's got their last 3 they're going to release. Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and...
That's what I'm saying. They're kind of at the peak end. It's like they still have big stuff like the good...
Sideline, real quick. Did you see where apparently they might have, the voice actress for the girl from Last of Us might have leaked a February release for Last of Us Part 2?
God, man. See, February March is just...
Because apparently, like, she said, like, when the game launches and she started, like, to say February. Oops. Yeah. And she stopped herself. But, I have no idea if that's true. I'm kind of thinking if they do reveal... I was thinking that's going to be, like, their May game. And then...
I would like it to be the May
I thought that was going to come out in May, and then I thought Ghost of Tsushima would probably be like late summer or fall game. Like that'd be the final hurrah for PS4.
Sony's been pretty good at staggering their games, so it's like, here's our big key game we're going to play for the next 2 to 3 months.
And then like if that one comes out in May, that would be like August or September.
And then it gives them enough time, like, here's the PS5, it's coming.
Oh, please launch in September and be that same week as Spider-Man, so I have like a week vacation to play Spider-Man at the Dragon. No. Fuck you. Like,
that's my big return.
So, Final Fantasy VII, I meant to show you this.
Almost everything I could wish for.
No, hold on.
Lost the voice actor.
I read this earlier. During a live stream, apparently Square Enix said they will retain the old original actors for Final Fantasy VII characters for other projects, or if they do guest appearances. They just wanted to get new cast for Final Fantasy VII Remake for specific reasons.
I don't know.
I
thought their bold reason would be like, okay, you know what? These are supposed to be young kids, or some of them are. So it's like, let's recast them. But then you got the older people.
My thing is, if it's specific reasons, please don't say this story's an alternate reality. Because if they do that, like specific, why would they have specific reasons?
I don't know.
# Eric's gonna live, baby, and that explains why my biggest gripe: they nerf Tifa's tits. Cancel the fucking project. No more. Your ass is grass.
It might be just me, but it's like weird. The new actors are almost like imitations of the old ones.
Yeah, like an alternate reality.
That's the part that just.
But you can't imitate them titties. I know. I'm pissed.
They don't jiggle the way they used to.
They didn't have jiggle physics back then. My little mind knew. Them's was titties. But that really was probably... Tifa probably was my first, like, anime RPG... Like, anime girls...
Your first fictional crush?
Not really, but, like, my first, like, anime girl that I, like...
Asuka.
Probably... Yeah, Asuka was probably up there, but I'm saying, like, Tifa was one of them.
Tifa.
Yeah, I like Misty.
When you said anime, at the time it wasn't really an anime.
What? Misty?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, they are. They're fucking anime as shit, Tyler.
But it's a video game.
What I'm saying is, as a kid, I thought she was hot, Tyler.
Because it was that third 2D.
No, not
triangle. It's
3D. No, I had the game and I had the manual. It had artwork. I've seen artwork of her.
The artwork is nice in those.
You stupid
shit.
The
book and the strategy guide.
So fuck you, Tyler.
I'm just having a cough drop with my beer, and I'll be out here.
So you know what? I
Okay,
mean,
okay,
the
Final
gameplay
Fantasy
though, like
VII.
I love how they integrated. Like it's like, why'd you look so shocked? They integrated like it's still like a mixture of like Kingdom Hearts mixed with.
I've heard it
turn-based.
better described as 15/13/
Yeah.
Secret of Mana.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I mean,
we'll
you know,
get
what's
to
really,
Nintendo.
what's really kind of made me mad is like, not made me mad, like the fact that like Kingdom Hearts 3 is good, like from the fights, but the battle designer of 2, which is where Kingdom Hearts hit its peak in terms of combat, he's doing the combat on Final Fantasy VII Remake. So
I can see that.
I'm happy for that. Like that's probably why they probably figured 3 just reuse 2 and add a little bit more. He needed to focus on like making
Make
this right.
new system that
Yeah.
we're trying to rehash, because it's one of those things. Is like you're doing a remake, so it's like going traditional RPG.
Probably wouldn't
turn-based
do
is
well
like,
for everybody today's.
I would be fine with it, but it's like if you had someone new play, like what's this old stuff, and was like, it's like there's pros and cons, but it feels like this had a good balance of okay, it's still real time. You're moving, and you still have the ATB, and you still have your strategic actions you're doing in battle. Because with Final Fantasy IV, they added the real time, like okay, you gotta
you gotta actually hit
so you gotta
X.
act. So it makes sense. You're moving around. Your part of
Yeah.
your movement is your action.
Yeah, you can't. It's not, and then they fucked up with Final Fantasy 13, where you can just put everything on auto and it just fucking plays
Yeah,
itself.
that was kind.
You just
that
tell
was
it to do
more. That
strategies.
was more like okay, how do I want to sync the sequences? I want to try to get them to stagger. So here's what I need to do to stagger and
Hell,
just watch it.
they also just said like you can just put a recommend in your character use a recommended
that too.
best thing. I was like,
yeah, that was the problem. That was
I was like,
the
so shit,
autopilot.
battles will play itself like often, and like the only thing that would kill you is if they crit. I was like,
Yeah.
shit, or unless you had like a bad combination.
But that was 13, and it looks like with 7 they actually have a good balance. It at least seems interactive and fun to do.
It took me 3 tries to beat that game. I started that game over 3 times, and I only completed the 3rd time because I was like, I'm gonna fucking get through this.
Just to say you beat it.
Yeah. God damn, that game's just a chore.
Which one?
13. And apparently it's coming to Switch. Will I replay it?
Yeah.
I might actually play 12. I mean, 13 too. I never played that. And apparently that's like Pokemon.
It's interesting.
So apparently impressions from the demo is like it plays really, really fucking well. You actually have to actively switch to Barret. You can't just stay as Cloud. Cloud's got a couple different like battle stances, they said.
Well, there was like
Punisher mode.
a tactical mode, which is basically somewhat like goes slow motion.
Yeah.
And then whenever you
Oh, yeah,
fill
look
up your
cool as hell.
ATB, it's like you basically get to choose an action. So you could use an item, use magic, or for Cloud, he could actually use his braver attack.
What was cool is they had it scripted out to where they switched to Cloud last minute and him win with not Omni Slash. What's the other one?
Cross slash.
Cross Slash. Yeah.
Get it right, you little.
I'm sorry. He should have known Omni Slash. Yeah, that means they
This
should
is
have farmed.
Guard Scorpion.
They should have farmed until he learned it.
You can't farm to learn that. You have to find
thought
the
you
item. Not Omni Slash. Level 4 limit breaks. You have to go find the
Yeah,
item.
that's right. What's the other one you get after Cross Slash? What's the second one?
Level 2 Clem Hazard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He should have farmed for that, John.
It's a little OP on Guard Scorpion.
John, they're trying to impress the bitches. Like they already they. I sold my copy already because Tifa's tits. I had an early copy. I was gonna let you play it, John. I said nope.
You son of a bitch! I will kill you.
I said nope. Them titties.
Doesn't
ain't-
matter. I pre-ordered the first class edition, whatever it was.
Yeah, John's dropping the good $330.
I'm sorry. The figure and the bike are cool.
I'm gonna get the deluxe edition because that steel bookcase of Sephiroth's art looks badass,
Yep.
and you're getting that too.
Yep.
I'm getting the badass art book.
No, I looked at John.
Tyler,
Think about coming in our book.
Tyler had such. I'm getting an art book. Oh.
I'm not going to look at it. I guess you want to talk anything else about Final Fantasy 7? Did this make it automatically A+ for you?
Does this technically make it Final Fantasy 16?
No.
No.
If the game takes long enough, I could see them saying this is the 16 project because they're splitting it into 16
Weirdly
parts.
enough, between how they release this game, we could probably see 16 released before this is done.
Oh, hell yeah.
Easily.
Hell yeah.
And probably the announce of 17. Now, one of the neat little things I saw with it. It looked like the material you had equipped was actually showing up.
Yeah,
in
you
it
could
a bit,
see,
which was
yeah.
kind of neat.
I love that detail too. I saw. I was like, damn, you could actually like you can tell he only had the
fact
original one they give you equipped. Like,
The fact with the Buster Sword, you only have 2 slots for materia, and it shows it. And it's like, oh,
Two.
look, he has one actually equipped in one of the slots. Was a neat little feature I like. It's one of the small details. I'm like, okay, they really did their homework, and it looks like I can see it.
Let's ask the fans. What do you want? This is what
Bigger
we want.
titties.
We will focus.
Bigger titties.
We will focus 20
Titty
hours at
bouncing.
least a week on this.
The only thing that dings me about 7 is the change in voice actors. That's the only thing. But it's like, I'm so over it. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting the game. I don't care. Just give me the game. Give me.
My thing is if they give up a good performance.
Yeah, I'm not dinging the new actors. It's just Cloud I like, Barrett I like, and then Sephiroth. Those were the 3 that I thought were really good in the old cast.
I like Tifa's voice.
Tifa was good.
Dilly
didn't
dally,
talk a lot.
shilly shally.
Please no.
I still like that movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Well, it has a good message at the end.
What? Everybody throw your friend up in the sky together.
Don't put your finger
The
in
fact
the sky.
that they're not alone?
John, that is a story about a man spreading AIDS.
Oh, well then I
Pretend that is
misinterpreted.
not. That is literally that is
I
AIDS.
misinterpreted
That
F
is
children.
That's
AIDS
all
everywhere.
AIDS. It's an essence that's
The
in
life-
people. It is AIDS.
Which movie are we
The
talking
live
about
stream
here?
is just AIDS.
The movie is AIDS?
And children have it. Like
The planet is full of AIDS, Tyler. That's all you need to know.
Everyone has AIDS.
Cloud is
AIDS,
just an
AIDS,
allegory
AIDS.
for Magic Johnson. Like,
So he's got money so he can fight it?
mm-hmm.
Cloud doesn't have money.
Oh, my Cloud.
Okay. Final thing on Final Fantasy VII. Since it's on to Blu-ray disc, how long do you think the game will be?
12 hours.
How big the install? I think 200 gigabytes.
I think
that's
max
like the
20.
low end is 12.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I
12
think
to 20.
I think
That's
they're
my
going to
range.
push it to 30 plus.
Jesus. I don't know about that, John.
Well, are we just talking about the main story or all the extra stuff they're throwing in?
I don't know. Do you think it's going to have its own platinum for each part? Yeah, for sure. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a dumb question.
Well,
That is such bullshit.
they keep saying that this has enough content to be
A full
equivalent
game.
to a full game. So I'm like, so it's going to be 30 plus hours?
I hope it's more than 12.
I assume it's. At
They
least
said they're
20.
expanding on like all the side characters and
It's
stuff.
Midgar. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the whole city. There are 6 other sectors you didn't even look at.
Yeah.
You didn't. You never touched them. You're just like, okay, I'm in the slums of one.
Yep.
I go up to a reactor, destroy it. You come
Blow up
back,
2 of
destroy
them.
another reactor, go in the slums of another. Make my way to the slums of the first one I started.
And then Sephiroth goes,
Fight my
"Hey,
way
little
out.
bitch."
Oh, I'm out of Midgar, and just never touch Midgar again till
Yeah.
the end of the game.
Yeah. Did you see all the like stands they had at the square-enix booth?
I just want a picture with the bike.
There's the bike.
I want the bike.
They actually have the setup of it's the Shinra Tower, and you kind of stand and take a picture, like looking up into the tower. Like
See, this is one of the few E3s I wish I was at.
yeah. Actually, Rocco from Mega 64 took a really good picture. We can Photoshop you in it, John.
Yeah, I was there. Yay!
It's going to be bad Photoshop,
I
though.
don't
Not a Fallon,
care.
was it?
And
also
he
there
has
was
hits and misses on his Photoshop, just
You
saying.
talking shit?
Every day.
And then one of them was like literally just like some just like the boxes that were scattered. It's kind of like an alleyway you'd walk in.
It's just so much detail in there. That's going to be the game I'm going to be playing for something.
Like it's like a backdrop, like you can just like stand there as if you're like.
Yeah, that.
And they had like the Loveless posters, like literally.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably easily one of my games of this E3.
Oh fuck yeah!
Just
Final
of,
Fantasy?
just of the stuff they've shown, it's like I'm very excited for this new game.
And it's actually coming out like you were thinking like summer. I had a feeling it was early.
I figured it would get delayed to summer.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like
I want them to hit the March date, but I have a feeling.
I
it
feel
might
like
get
this
delayed.
game's pretty much done, and they're working on part 2. I hope to God they're working on.
Hopefully,
part
all they have to do is make the assets. But then again, they're confused in what the hell they're gonna make part 2 of. So
2. You think
who
they're gonna
knows?
make Yuffie mandatory? Because you could just not get Yuffie.
At this point, might as well make it mandatory because she's sort of canon in the movies and the other games.
Yes, I'm saying because like you just didn't have to get her. I mean, I did
Yeah.
as a kid.
Well, yeah, just because you run across her and you
Yeah.
do it.
So the next thing they announced was The Last Remnant remastered. See,
That was neat. I downloaded it.
yeah, but was it free?
No.
But John's like, it doesn't matter to me.
But it's one of those things like, hey, look, we have this game on out ready today. Download it now.
But I mean, like, we all kind of knew that was coming because about a month and a half ago, The Last Remnant was delisted from Steam and everywhere else. So it's like, and that's pretty much what they do when they do that. So it's like, oh yeah, this is going to get announced at E3.
Okay.
So it's like, that's one of those, like, it wasn't leaked, but just based off practices before we knew it was coming. And, so they showed Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm kind of glad I waited on the first Builders because apparently, according to fans, this is, like, better in every way. So I will be getting, I think I already have it pre-ordered. I said I had it pre-ordered for Switch. I have it for PS4. I don't think it's coming to Switch just yet. But
it is.
I'm getting it for PS4.
It definitely looks fun.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much like I've been watching Nintendo Capri Sun play the first game.
I was going to say, I think you skipped something.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What, Last Remnant then Dragon Quest?
You missed Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Remastered.
I mean, we already knew about that, John.
I did not.
Yeah, they announced that like months ago.
I did not pay attention. It was a surprise to me.
Well, John, it's not a surprise.
The fact that it's multiplayer and it's not that stupid Game Boy linkage bullshit that it was on the GameCube.
John, I like that. Like,
Cool.
I liked all the unnecessary cords to get games to work back in that era.
I want to play with you. Bring your Game Boy Advance. Oh wait, the batteries died. Dang it! Where do we find batteries? I want to play with the GameCube controller.
I mean, I'll play it.
I'm gonna play it again. It was a fun game. Whatever. Go on to Dragon Quest.
I mean that's it. Like, I want to get it. Circuit Superstars was a small little indie game. I don't care.
What?
Can we move on?
There's an indie game montage.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers. I don't know if I want to get back. I don't know. I keep thinking, do I want to play the MMO?
Do it.
I don't know if it's going to be 14. I just don't know. Romancing Saga 3 is
they
fun.
announced Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer or something.
Well, they announced that a few days before. So yeah, Remind's getting some DLC, and people are knocking them for it not having audio. And it's like, for a DLC that's not coming till winter, do you think they've recorded lines yet? No.
Not for English, at least.
Yeah.
I've recorded a few.
Who are you voicing?
That one dude.
My Little Bitch.
Hold on, what game is this and how well does that fit?
My Little Bitch. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, so maybe. Yeah, I'm Sora.
Sora, your greatest test yet is facing my little bitch. Who is that? It's you, Sora. Like, you gotta face your own inner demons. Like, Master Yin Sid's talking shit. Like, it's...
John's go-to, like...
Jay, Sora, he burned your ass.
Your little
Donald,
bitch.
cast heel.
You're
like,
dumb or my ass. Those are his three comebacks to, like, anything.
Do you prefer all the ones we have to censor of read?
Sometimes.
You prefer the N-word? That's what he just said. Like, that's what you just said. Like,
I mean, it's something different from what he's always said.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's good. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's racism. It's a little. You gotta spice it up. You gotta be racist sometimes. You gotta spice it up. Tyler Myers, 2019.
Just gotta beat her a little bit, right, Tyler?
Depends if she wants it. You gotta ask consensually first.
Romancing
John.
Saga
Or
3
you try it if they say no.
We're finally getting it over here.
Was that a surprise, or did I miss
Romancing
that?
the Saga?
That was a surprise. As far as I know.
Well, that surprised me. I was like, Romancing Saga 3. I was like, really? We're getting it?
I never really got in that series,
Third.
but yeah, I'm excited for people that are excited.
That
for
was it. Saga Scarlet Grace coming to Vita. That's what surprised me. I saw it on the screen. I was like,
that'll probably be the
Vita.
last Vita thing ever.
Yeah, boy. Unless you get a pay-to-play win something.
But it's like the Saga series is still alive and it's coming to the West.
Can I interject the gameplay here and just say something? There's no more $2 Athenas at the place I go on Thursdays.
Why?
They ran out.
They're trying to get them all gone.
They were trying to get them gone. That's why they were $2.
So now you never go there anymore?
I went last night. I had something other than
This is
Athena.
your mission.
Pretty much.
Hour 40.
You already know we're going to have like an hour.
Tyler's
going
to interject his beer store.
But the owner pretty much offered to like give me another one I chose for like $2 less than what they're offering. I was like, dude, don't do that. I mean, do $1 if anything, but don't do that.
What if they're just trying to get rid of this next
That
beer?
other
He's
one-
probably scared of
okay.
losing Tyler to the customer. Actually, to be honest with you, that place
I've only
needs-
gone like consistently 2 weeks now, but also
I thought you usually
he sees
stopped
you down-
there.
he
'cause
sees you
usually
downtown.
Thursdays.
where I never see him other than there.
He probably sees you. He probably knows you, Tyler. He
Anyway.
knows of you. You're the downtown rat, for goddamn
I was gonna say
sake.
you go to the trivia on Thursday. At the
I
Wonder
haven't been
Bar.
there in a while, and when I went there to use the bathroom, one of the people on whatever team your brother plays on, she said they all went to the Society Garden for their trivia.
Ah.
So they
they-
quit going there.
They could potentially stop going to Just Tapped.
Yeah, they did stop. Actually, Crestford stopped in general. Actually, I think they're supposed to be doing like a cornhole league or something.
See, I didn't know any of this, so I haven't gone the past few weeks just because anyway. And even when I was downtown, I didn't go. So I don't know if it's just like they don't like the
Yeah, but it was still.
host or what. But
I would say months before you were pretty consistent going Thursday. You would
on
stop.
Thursday, yeah. Either I was off or I worked that day and I was just gonna go see if I could play trivia or just I'm just gonna drink. Fuck it.
Drink.
But yeah, apparently the one I did choose eventually that is like the next one they're trying to get rid of. So,
Nah. Well, there you go. Worked out
but
for
even
you.
then, I'm just like, dude, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm grateful you want to knock down to the 4 instead of 6, but I'm like, I don't want to lose you too much money.
No one else is gonna drink it but you, apparently.
Well, apparently someone who was behind the bar, I don't know if it was either his wife, his girlfriend,
Mhm.
someone who just works there. They're like, that's my favorite one, or one of my favorite ones too. I'm like, okay, cool, nice. But I will say, and we'll probably get Justin's opinion on this whenever he gets back from whatever he's doing. There was a girl there. I want to say she works there, but I'm not certain. She has some nice either leather or pleather looking pants on. Ooh.
So, is this supposed to be a new person?
I don't know if she was new or not, but she was either with her friend, her sister, or someone.
You just noticed the pants.
And both of them were with an older woman, so I'm assuming they were like sisters with their grandmother. I don't know. But she also had platinum blonde hair, which kind of turned me off, but at the same time, like, platinum blonde's kind of like pretty to look at either way.
What color grandma hair turns you on, Tyler?
Not the grandma, the girl with the leather pants. And she was relatively skinny, I guess, but at the same time, like, I'm mostly an ass man, and ass was and there was hardly any titties, so it's kind of like maybe but
positive
nah.
going.
It's a maybe but nah.
Hey, just crap all on this girl.
I'm saying overall looks, yeah, but in terms of like specifics,
So yes, you would crap. on.
overall looks, yeah, but in terms of specifics, like I probably would not pursue.
Okay. Okay, Yokozuna to Justin.
You should have seen her, Justin. If nothing else, for them pants.
I stay strapped. Like they're so hijacked.
They are. But yeah, no, you should have seen her for pants alone.
Like Eggman. So after that, we saw more gameplay of Oninaki.
What was that about?
I won't play that Oninaki. It's made by the same
Let's
damn
actually-
team that did Chrono Trigger.
I'm gonna take off my pants.
Okay, I thought you already did.
Yeah, the other ones.
I think it got delayed. It's supposed to come out in July. Isn't it come out a little bit later?
So it's August
22nd. So
It's still.
that'll probably be in my Dragon Con game, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Is it?
We will not
Yeah.
allow you to play your Switch.
I have done it consistently the last two.
We will not
The
allow
Messenger was my Awa game. I always have a little smaller indie game.
AWA is different. This is Dragon Con.
Yeah, I'm there for longer.
No.
I get up before most of you fucks. Me, John, and Chad.
That's on you.
I'm not complaining. Me, John, and Chad actually
I get up at 11, regardless.
Yeah, and we get up earlier than you.
Doesn't matter if I went to bed at 10. Doesn't matter
Like,
if I went to bed
Chad
at 5.
and John, they sleep responsibly. Me, I just sleep less. Like, as
I'm just getting old.
long as you don't get too old for March 3rd.
Odds would
Are you gonna
be
take?
I would kick
Are you gonna
the
take a
bucket
vacation
March.
for that? Probably.
See, that's the problem. Since the first class edition was only through the Square Enix store, it's got to be shipped. So it's like,
Are you gonna
that's
buy
not
digital copies so you can play it at midnight?
Probably.
I mean, $60
I'm gonna
for
order
probably
it
like
twice
5
over.
days. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
I am.
I could see. Are you really gonna? I could see you take a vacation for that. You could probably do that every 2 or 3 years for every part. I could see
What
John
the hell
doing
is
it.
March 3rd?
It's probably a Tuesday, isn't it?
I just want to see where it lands on. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. No, I'm just trying to think. It's like, how would it... If it came out like on a Friday, it's like yes, definitely take that Friday off. But it's a Tuesday.
So I mean, you could take that Monday off, like, and then like play it at midnight on Monday. That's probably what I'll honestly do.
Yeah, I'll probably try to line up some time to take off that week.
So they showed Dying Light 2. Well, do you want to talk about that?
A little bit during Microsoft.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's kind of like, okay, it's...
I never got into it.
Yeah. That's my game.
I think the last thing is Avengers. Or no,
No.
Outriders was one.
What was Outriders?
It's coming out summer.
Oh, it's a
That's what I
sci-fi
read.
co-op shooter.
Yeah,
It's a little smaller game, isn't it?
I believe so. I didn't write much notes on it.
So, yeah.
I was too hyped up for 7. I was kind of going nuts at this point.
Then they announced something that I'd explain to Tyler why it's really cool that they did this.
Yeah, they just showed a trailer for
Final
Outriders.
Fantasy VIII Remastered.
That was kind of out of left field.
Because I'd explain to Tyler and Domo why 8 wasn't ported like 7 or 9. The code for 8
Was horrible.
And I believe 9 and the original Kingdom Hearts 1 were lost because of, I think, a fire or something in that Square Enix office. They basically lost the codes for a lot of the games that came out late 90s, like 97. Actually, the only reason they were able to port Final Fantasy 7 so easily is they used the PC port.
Yep.
They lost the codes for 8 and 9 and things, so they prioritized 9 because, to be honest, like I think 8 was seen like as a lesser thing. I will agree I like 9 better. I mean, I'll agree of the PS1 era I like 9 better, but so they just did that. So it's cool because people always thought like, are they just never going to port 8? Because literally they announced at a Nintendo Direct every Final Fantasy was coming but 8. So it's cool they held off for this because it's it's cool. I mean, I might replay it, I might not. Like, I don't think I need to. I remember enough of that game. Like, if anything, although the models look good, I showed Tyler some of the comparison of the models. The models look really damn good. It seems like they might have spent more time on this remaster than they did the original, like 7, 8, or 9.
There was a guy at KatsuCon, and I think I know the cosplayer, but I can't be certain. He literally had like those little fans you sometimes see in like churches?
Yeah.
That little stick for the mask, for a mask of the face of original Squall.
Leon, yeah.
Leon's.
Don't call him Squall.
Either way, that guy in 8,
He don't like it.
and then he moved it to reveal, here's my cosplay face. So it's essentially what they did with the remake here. Remake?
It's a remaster.
Okay.
So then we can talk about probably Square Enix's other big title. After like 3 years of announcing that they were working on this project in collaboration with Marvel, we finally saw Avengers, and okay, like I was like,
No one's happy with it.
no, like I was like, wow, I was thinking like,
By the way, that was a question at trivia.
yeah,
Who are the playable Avengers in that game?
everybody but Hawkeye from the 6. So, the models look ugly. We know a little bit of the story.
We just need
it
to
comes
see
out
more.
in May. It comes out in May.
Because right now, for a AAA game, it's
It
not
doesn't
gonna.
look that
It
impressive.
doesn't impress you to buy it.
I figured like because they waited so long, and I really thought like because how good Spider-Man turned out, I was like maybe Marvel's turning over a new leaf where it's like, yeah, our games are going to have quality behind them now.
I was gonna say Ultimate Alliance 3 looks better than this.
Yeah,
It looks a lot more
And
fun. It
Ultimate
comes
Alliance
out
3
in 2 months.
yeah,
Next month, actually.
yeah, July 26th.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, Avengers came out. It looks like Captain America fucking dies. I'm assuming there's gonna be some time travel bullshit.
Yeah, boy. You gotta.
Aren't you fighting Thanos in this one? No.
I didn't see him in the trailer.
No, that you're thinking Ultimate
Might be-
Alliance.
Yeah, you're fighting. They showed who the villain was. Who the fuck was the villain?
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is a villain. You got it right, Tyler. Good job.
That's why you can't play as him. It's not Loki. Shield.
No.
Did they show a villain?
You know what? It's your mom, Tyler. She's the ultimate villain.
But to the Avengers, though?
Yes.
No, Captain America would love her.
You don't know the real Captain America.
Hell,
Oh, yeah.
Hydra.
Yeah, because so 5 years. Yeah, they literally just said an evil force makes the Avengers
See?
come back. Apparently, there's like on Avengers Day, some tragedy strikes. 5 years later, they reassemble. So yeah,
Sure.
it could be Captain dying. So, all right. So
I'm gonna pee again.
Square Enix, Tyler, what would you give it?
Didn't see the conference from what I mean. Final Fantasy there alone is probably giving it at least a C for me. I would be inclined to give it a B, but that's middle of the road.
So you're saying Square because Final Fantasy is a game you know, you're going to equate it to Ubisoft?
Yeah.
You're going to say Microsoft is better. You knew nothing from the Microsoft.
I knew nothing.
So you're going to say it's a C. You're not
Give
going
it
to
a
say
C minus. C minus.
So it's worse than Ubisoft's?
Because I didn't see it.
You didn't see Ubisoft's.
I saw half, at least over half.
We're not even going to really weight Tyler's scores.
Tyler's scores are crap.
Tyler, it sounds like you liked a lot of the things on this list, is what I'm saying. Is like, I just don't understand.
Ooh, I like it, but I'm not going to play any of it.
I'm gonna say he didn't list one thing he liked from Ubisoft, so I'm just gonna take his drunk ass and say it's a C+ for him. It sounds like he liked it a little bit better. He actually listed something he liked. What about you, John? What you gonna give it?
Nah, I'm just going to give it an A.
A.
I was bouncing between A- and A just because a lot of stuff was like, hey, we released this on PS4 or something else, and we're releasing it on other consoles. It felt like that was like the beginning, because it's like hype for 7, and then it's like, here's an old game we're releasing on something else, here's a new game, here's an old game. It felt like they did that for a little bit, and then they started just being like, okay, here's new stuff.
I feel like if they would have stuck the landing with Avengers, I'd give it an A. But I feel like 7 was the perfect way to open it up. Then a remaster, then Dragon Quest Builders 2, cool. And he showcased in some like titles people didn't expect to come in. I feel like another thing that was saved for Nintendo would be really hype for Square.
Yeah,
here.
that was one thing. If they showed during this, I'd be like, all Square 1.
Yeah, but I feel like if they would have got Avengers, I'd give it an A. I think I'm gonna give them a.
They did sort of flout with Avengers, and it's kind of
hard. I'm gonna give it a B+. I really just think that was supposed to be their big push, because like that's what I was thinking. I was like, if Final Fantasy 7 isn't coming out next year, then Avengers is their big push. Well, thank God Final Fantasy 7 is coming out next year.
I was gonna say, between 7 and all this Final Fantasy 8 getting a remaster and all the other stuff, I was fine.
I gave a C+
I can ignore
for you
Avengers.
for Square.
That's fine.
Because you said you didn't know anything or like anything from Ubisoft. Then you said, I like something from Square, so give it the same grade as that. So that made no sense to me. So
it made perfect sense to me.
Nope. So Nintendo, we're going to go in order.
Let's not.
Can we talk about how pissed off Western Smash Brothers fans were that the hero from Dragon Quest was revealed?
I didn't see Twitter's response, so I don't know if they were or not.
I mean, Twitch chat were like, that's it. Like,
I didn't see that either.
They really thought like people they thought that was the only. I said they were going to have 2 DLCs.
Was there a lot of come on bras during that part?
Straight up I saw a bunch of spammed messages of Erdrick going hose mad, because it's like Erdrick got in. It's like, yeah, the hero from Dragon Quest came in, one of the biggest, probably the biggest RPG series in Japan. Of course, it's going to get something in there. Final Fantasy, I think worldwide has sold 71 million copies. Dragon Quest, which is pretty much never sold anywhere but Japan, has sold 58 million copies. Dragon Quest is bigger. In fact, Dragon Quest made a rule for, I think it's at least RPGs in Dragon Quest, they release on Fridays because kids skip school when Dragon Quest 2 or 3 released on like a Tuesday. Like it was like a national thing. Like kids
national news where they
like kids skip school.
Millions of kids skip school.
Yeah, it was for 2, and then like literally on the 3rd one they had to like make a thing, and I was like, well, yeah, let's just do that.
So if they're gonna skip a day, let it be on Friday.
Or it's either Friday or
they do it Sunday through Thursday, right?
I don't remember, but I'm just saying like either way, it was where they couldn't skip school together, basically. Or they wouldn't skip a whole week of school. So they did that. Anyways, I'm just really glad they had the protagonists from 8 in there and
that
11.
Was a neat little thing they threw.
And then Erdrick and the one from 4, which I know he's a sword wielder. People think he just must be like a personal favorite of Sakurai. He's got to be. He's just random. Orami has some...
Does it fit the age range? Wait, when did they start making these games?
Swearing?
No, like Dragon
80s,
Quest. Like when the
80s?
Okay, so yes.
NES.
Kind of fits...
Well, no, he's probably... Or, 4 might have been the first SNES one.
Let's check.
Or was it 3?
I thought it was 3.
It might be 3.
Ooh, that was
misremembered.
Nice. Either way, I'm just assuming at this point it might have been like a personal favorite of
But the fact
Sakurai.
is they honored the whole Dragon Quest
and then
hero history.
Like
one character.
Erdrick's is the protagonist from 5's colors. The Luminary's colors, Angelo from 8. Like he's just like another character. But everybody gets a nod to somebody else, and I actually like it. I like that they did that. Like
came out in 1990.
Okay. So I just like how people are like, what if like how mad would people be like? We don't want any more anime sword fighters. There's 5 DLC packs. Joker was 1. Then they announced 4 Dragon Quest characters. What if Sakurai said, "Yeah, these are the last 4. Never ask me for anything again." People would go ballistic. Square Enix would make so much money, but
yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that kind of like rips Square getting another rep.
you never know.
You never know, but I have a feeling they won't get.
I mean, if they're all third party, I mean, my theory is we'll talk about the other one last or second to last.
Yeah, we'll just elaborate more on that.
We'll talk. We could probably actually have another almost dedicated, like our last 2 picks.
Pretty much.
But I will say, so far, this DLC pack is like pigeon pick for me. It seems like, because I was like, I love Dragon Quest. I really loved Persona, and I really loved the 3rd one they got. So I just feel like this is like Sakurai's hitting all cylinders for me. Like, I know I was the only person that like wanted or expected Joker.
Was fine with it. I just had other people I wanted before.
We all know your top pick.
So they moved into Dragon Quest XI S, and my opinion still stays the same. I'm gonna get it day 1 to support Dragon Quest in the West, but I will not play it quite yet because or I might play it in the 16-bit mode.
When does it come out?
September.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to pick up and play with all the other stuff coming out that month.
And I'm not gonna play it quite yet, but because I literally just beat it last year and I like did everything.
That's something you probably play when you're at AWA.
I don't know if I'll play it again this soon. Like I want to give it a few more years. I'm just gonna get it to support it. Like
yeah.
So there's that. It looks good. They're adding a bunch. I'm really excited about the 16-bit mode. Like I really might play a little bit of it just to play that mode, to play around in it. Or I might see how they do certain assets and certain scenes. Why are you looking at me so intently, Tyler? Jesus Christ. The next title is really cool. I guess they're not changing the name. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
So now the series just goes Luigi's Mansion, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and then Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, so I think that's kind of weird. But it looks really cool. Somebody said they didn't outright say it, but it seems like there's at least 17 floors in the game. Because it seems like every floor you clear,
17?
you get... At least from what we've seen,
they said it's like pretty much like a New York hotel, pretty much.
Yeah, we know it's a hotel.
Number,
well, we don't know. We just know that's all we can see so far in like one scene because it seems like every time you clear a floor, the ghost of that floor drops a elevator button for the next floor, and so you go up, and at least somebody said counting it at 17. We don't know if that's the total, but that could just be, whatever. Or it could also be like like Luigi's Mansion. Always you could go outside. There's like some stuff to do outside.
Either the rooms or wherever he goes in is pretty big based off the camera angle or how they have the camera. So,
and different biomes in each one.
Yeah,
which was cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it had co-op.
And Luigi actually has like more moves for himself.
Yeah,
so, and you can do Gooigi again.
Gooigi. Was that in number 2 that happened?
That or the arcade? I can't remember which.
Because I don't remember in 1 at all.
He was not. The next game is Reed's favorite. He just loves the style behind it and the grace Link's Awakening.
Oh, I thought you were going to Dark Crystal.
I thought you.
Dark Crystal.
Going something else, but
they announced Dark Crystal game. There's
always
a
tactics game, which is neat.
You know what? I'm fine.
I like that.
I want to at least see the series on Netflix or somehow, either series or movie, just because I enjoy the movie for what it is.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a huge fan, but I like it for what it is.
Which girl likes it? It seems like
I just like it.
Behind it.
No, literally.
He's the girl. It is Pride Month, Tyler.
I mean, I just like it.
Embrace it, baby.
I don't know. I want.
Either I was on a binge where I was just watching all the old Jim Henson movies, or I just wanted to watch it, and then I ended up.
Yeah, when you discovered torrenting, you really went whole hog. You were
and then I ended up just liking it, probably for the puppetry, but still.
Yeah, that's why you liked it.
Because there's some dialogue.
So they showed Link's Awakening. Now, I already know I'm going to get this game. Now, they showed off a new feature, which is you go in here and if you get certain parts, it's like a dungeon that can be randomized. You can randomize it for people.
Like a dungeon maker builder.
But this just means I think they're testing the waters for a Zelda maker, and they know once they do that. Like me and a coworker at work were discussing like what other series could do it. Like do a Metroid maker and a Zelda maker, and you're good. But Metroid Maker would be like a little bit more like you'd have to plan stuff out.
That would be, yeah. Zelda Maker, at least building the dungeons would be a little more.
Based off what I saw from the gameplay, it looks like they have predetermined rooms and you just place them somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like you build a room and you have to build each individual room. It's more like place a puzzle piece and like build it.
Yeah.
Like it definitely it would take longer to build a dungeon than a Mario level, of course.
Well,
depending on how
is the dungeon,
people make dungeons in the Mario Maker.
Like is the dungeon size like number of squares per dungeon going to remain the same or?
For the most, I think I think it's built out into like an upside down Triforce, so it could. I guess it contains main rooms.
I'm sure they could have different templates.
Yeah.
For it.
Because I was saying like maybe the more dungeons you clear, the bigger tile rooms or dungeons you get, something like that.
So after Link's Awakening, like I'm already gonna get it. It's coming out in September.
Okay, go in the next one. This next one's probably the biggest thing that got me excited.
John.
Oh yeah, the trilogy.
Fuck Mother 3! Get the Secret of Mana 3,
Yeah.
Trials of Mana.
Which,
all right,
when
now,
they were
John,
showing all three of those, I was like, Final Fantasy Adventure, what?
John, how mad
I
would
saw
you
the
be?
sword and I flipped the fuck out.
John, how mad would you be if I knew about this for over a week? But
For over a week?
I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to be
Who the hell
surprised.
leaked it a week ago?
I know a guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like literally,
I don't care.
I didn't 100% believe it, but I was like, if this happens, I want it to be a surprise for John.
All I know
I was happy for John seeing it.
At first, I was like, I could see them just porting Secret of Mana over.
I could have seen as like, here, you get the collection, but it's like, no, we get the collection.
And they're actually
also
localizing
remastered.
it, and it's got English voice acting. I was like, I didn't expect them to do that.
And they're remastering it.
And they said they said the first time in the
And it looks way better
West?
than Secret of Mana.
It's almost like they learned. It's in an art style that makes sense for the game.
Yeah.
But they said it was the first time in the West or
Yes,
just
we
US?
never got the third
Because
Mana.
they
skipped over it.
You can only get a ROM hack.
But they said the trilogy. Hold on, the name of essentially the first one is
Was
Final Fantasy
Adventure.
Yep.
I don't.
It started that way, and then they released Final Fantasy, and they're like, "Oh crap, let's change our name." So they went Secret of Mana, and then they released the third one, which was Secret
But they're all
of Densetsu
basically
3, But that was the Secret of Mana sequel that we never got.
It's like, there's Rambo. There's Rambo 2 First Blood.
Yeah, and
You
then
know
there's all these other fucking sequels that's like.
But
So,
the fact they are localizing this game and we're getting an official, we're actually getting the collection, which they released like 2 years ago.
Oh, did you pre-order that?
Yep.
Because apparently in Europe it's being spouted as a limited release, and we don't know if that's true in America, so I went and pre-ordered mine too.
I saw it go, I think, on
I'm sure you're going to pre-order it
Amazon.
anyway. Like, I was like, yeah, I got it on
I
Amazon.
just wanted it for
John,
the
as soon as he
physical.
saw that pre-order.
Well, I mean, I downloaded it and then I pre-ordered just because it's like, of all the games that I would want in my collection, it'd be like the Mana collection. Because, I mean, Secret of Mana is one of the few games I actually have the box for. Complete.
Did you get that for him? Or Okay.
Oh, I saw it.
I got him a loose copy.
At one of the cons and I got
90,
it.
I think you paid.
Yeah, which is, I was like, 90 up? Yep, I'll
Yeah.
take it for complete.
So they did that. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to actually replay Secret of Mana. I've been thinking about getting it on the PS4, but I guess I'll wait now. Like,
The fact that all three were available the day of, I was like, that just... The fact they didn't show it in Square, I was like, really, Square? You held this back and gave it Nintendo? I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You definitely, for John, let Nintendo win Square.
If they showed this during Square, I would have easily given it to Square. The best conference. This was one of the surprises. Like, this would be as big as them saying a few years ago, "Hey, we're remaking Final Fantasy VII again." It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so I propose some. Actually, jumping back to Link's Awakening because it's
You said again.
This is as big as like if they would actually release Mother 3 over here, like people would like be really hyped.
Yeah.
I told Chad, I was like, take the art style of Link's Awakening, remake Earthbound in that.
Ooh, of this new one.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Link's Awakening and
yeah.
Earthbound, and then like that's how you do that. And then remake Mother 3 in it, and then
Hold on, Mother 3 or just
Mother 3,
which one wasn't brought to the U.S.?
the one with Lucas.
Yeah, which is
Mother 3. We just had a circular conversation.
because I know at trivia they're like Lucas. He was in Mother 3. I'm like, what?
Technically, I'm right though.
What? Okay, yeah. The questioning was kind of weird, but yeah.
The question was, which Smash Bros. Character never had their original game brought over? And technically, I'm right when I say Marth's original game was never brought over. We had a remake brought over.
Yeah.
So, take that. Like, I was like...
Well, they said original or either just their game.
He said
his
then
original, later on they said
franchise
game. Or something like that, but...
That's still not true. Both statements of the original game of Lucas and Marth were never brought over are true. I mean, it's coming from the same guy who said he didn't count that Squirtle and Ivysaur were separate playable characters on Pokemon Trainer, even though they're supposed to have main moves and they're part of the roster. And Sakurai considers them numbers, but Dave knows. Kid, love you, Dave. But
kid, love you, Dave. What the fuck? All this negativity, love you.
So that's when they announced The Witcher 3, which is really cool. Already talked about it. Can't wait to watch my boy bathe again.
Okay, so I will say, even if he had counted them, would not matter. We still got the score we got.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter. So we're getting a new Contra game that looks like it was also just like the Battletoads game done on the cheap.
Yeah.
I think
it's
what's
like
more exciting about that was
the
they re-released the collection, which is another thing I downloaded to my Switch.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a good like con game, might play some Contra. So like
mostly for Contra 3 Alien Wars.
That's a trend like I've noticed. Like they're doing all these remakes, and I think Konami just saw Spyro and Crash are doing good. Let's make a new Contra for the cheap and release it. And I think that's what they're doing with Battletoads as well. It's like let's revive some, but let's not spend a lot of money because we're gonna make a lot.
I want to get a new game, but I don't want to spend a lot of money.
That's the consumers would see it. I'm talking about the developers. So Daemon X Machina is still coming out.
Oh, I just recently came across a picture.
Now you're gonna skip No More Heroes 3?
No, this went Daemon. Oh wait, yeah, shit. Oh wait, I skipped Fire Emblem. Holy shit! I don't know why. So Fire Emblem Three Houses is still coming out. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
but baby.
Technically, Resident Evil 5 and 6 was introduced here.
Nobody gives a shit.
But we already had the scoop because we went to Momo, and Suda was like, hey, I'm going to be at E3. I'm like, what's he going to announce?
So there's No More Heroes 3. Tyler, what image do you want to fucking show that's not going to show up on the fucking podcast?
It's not going to,
that but you can't wait till after the podcast to show.
It's Luigi and Gooigi DPing Daisy.
Don't want to see it. But
it's actually pretty decent. Hold on, here you go. Art style wise,
I'm good.
Okay. Look at the anatomy. It's all right.
All right, I'm good. This is not working on an audio podcast.
I know, but I mean, break.
There's goo everywhere.
So No More Heroes. Travis gets a mech. They had a censored version on the Nintendo Direct. They had to release. They called it the fuckhead version online. Yeah.
I did not know it was No More Heroes 3 until he took off the helmet.
I mean, I recognized the hotel, like in his like room. I was like, that's Travis, but that's not Travis. And I was like, so I wonder if he's doing that because he's in hiding or something. Because the whole point of Travis Strikes Again is he was like, he just fucked off living in an RV. So it's like if he returned, maybe he's like trying to like live in hiding or something. We have no idea. And he has a mech and he's fighting aliens. And Suda did say like the Gain Sphere thing, the glove he had, will play a factor in the next game. Like it's basically for him to get he's basically wrote that game as a way to power Travis up to fight intergalactic levels. He's the only not human left, but the only hero left. So I'm excited, and apparently I watched an interview with him with Game Explained.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell me the story you told me.
So Suda51 is actually a pretty interesting character. It turns out they asked him is a team any bigger? He's like, just a few more. He's like, we don't have over 100 people. He's like, we still have I think 30 people in his studio working on it. He's like, but we all have different strengths and stuff, and it's like as soon as TSA was on parts of it, they moved on to No More Heroes. Interesting, it's coming out in 2020, but so in the first No More Heroes, to get to each assassin mission, you had to pay a fee, and there was 3D mini games, and then in the second game they made them retro, and somebody asked one of the guys from Game Explained said, so do you think they'll do something with retro mini games in No More Heroes 3? And he went, and so the translator went, and he said yeah, I guess that'd be more work, but that's a good idea. And he was like, so did we just add more work to you? He went, yeah. He just went, yeah, you. He just pointed you're doing this to me, you're giving me more work. And I think he was making a joke so if the game gets delayed, it's your fault, you.
He's definitely funny. I hope he comes to like Momo again.
Yeah, because he's big into wrestling. Like I said, he's going to room with us for Dragon Con. Me and Reed are going to go to wrestling. He's going to suplex Tyler.
Tell me the story about asking about the.
Oh yeah, he pretty much said something like somebody asked him again. So are you going to port No More Heroes 1 and 2 over to Switch so people can play? He's like actually, I'm going to talk to them very soon. He's like, actually, they're here right now. Do you want to come with me right now and tell them because I keep hearing that people want this game. Would you buy it?
Especially with MomoCon, like what 3 weeks ago when we asked the same fucking question.
And I think he said because there's 2 people interviewing. He was like, would you buy the game? Would you buy the game? He went 2 copies. There's 2 copies right there. He's like trying to keep counting who would actually buy it.
And there was a good amount of that room we were in. Where it was asked like who would actually buy the ports.
Who's going to go to a panel and say Tyler? You're not going to fucking You go to a Toonami panel, they're going to announce, we're going to go watch fucking Rape Chan, the movie. Everybody's going to go, woo! They're not, it's...
Speaking of, someone at Reboot asked me if...
oh, shit, I just leaked the Rape Chan movie coming to Toonami.
If I had seen, like...
Fuck!
No, it was Dave.
We can't publish this.
Remember how, you haven't seen it probably, but Game of Cinema Machu Picchu, he said it was essentially kind of like the way Rape Chan in Paradise was drawn, and I was like, I guess, pretty much.
What?
I don't know.
You've never seen Rape Chan
I haven't, but I'm just saying, like, Game of Seto is pretty much like Americans drawing Japanese, but it's like early YouTube.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, anime, not Japanese.
Cool anecdote.
I'm gonna slap the mic.
Irrelevant. So yeah, No More Heroes 3, and it's 2020. I kind of expect that to get delayed.
Sure, yeah.
Because if we're just now hearing it now, and apparently like they moved into production like shortly after TSA, I just feel like it's going to take a little bit longer than just a year and a half to make that game if they're going to make it right. So I could see it. I actually kind of see it being like delayed like next year, like summer to late next year, and pretty much to be like, yeah, just to make it a better game.
Anything,
I mean, they delayed TSA. Like
this is probably like 2020 holiday, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to make it 2021,
and that'd be like a spring title or something.
Yeah.
So then
you were talking about Daemon X Machina.
Daemon X Machina still looks great. Still can't wait to play it. Just needs to come out
September.
Say do you remember? It's actually coming back like the week after I'd come back from vacation. Then a surprise, Panzer Dragoon remake. I don't think we knew about this.
Nope.
This is like a huge fucking surprise. At first I was like, wait, is this a new one? I was like, oh, it's a first one. Now, I don't know if you remember.
I know the name, but I don't know the game.
When the Xbox One first launched, they had an exclusive from the original creator of Panzer Dragoon, but it was a not Panzer Dragoon. And it was fun, but like if this actually gets to revitalize the Panzer Dragoon, like people were flipping their shit because the original game's expensive as shit, like to get. So the fact they're doing like a full on like
it's rare, only like
it's rare. It's a
only.
Dreamcast rare game. So yeah, cool. That's coming back. Then Pokemon Sword and Shield. They showed the water gym. They didn't want to show a lot, but they wanted to show a little bit. And that's actually surprising because normally, like,
they just keep introducing waifus in Pokemon.
Pokemon doesn't normally show up in regular Nintendo Directs. Normally,
they showed a lot in like the Treehouse. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They actually showed like
Macho will fucking run you down and battle you.
In the demo, you see more Pokemon than they've shown off. So actually, they're kind of getting more lenient in like details, like trickling out instead of like officially doing.
Apparently, people are ticked off. They're not doing the whole national Dex, and they're like, "That's 800 Pokemon." Yeah, I don't expect that to be right away.
We can talk about that controversy. Like Masuda, when he said it, you can kind of tell in his voice like they can't. A lot of people, you should delay the game. You should delay the game. Here's the thing: Pokemon is not just a video game franchise. You know what else is launching this year? The anime is going into it. The card game, toys. They can't delay the game. Like, I'm sorry, they can't. Like, it's not like it's like Mario Odyssey is waiting. The Mario Odyssey has a cartoon that's 48 weeks out of the year playing. They can't. Like, the cogs are all turning, and they're probably going to release some in batches, kind of like how Pokemon Go. Like, apparently they're redoing every model and adding animations, and it's for over. He said when this game's over, it's over 1,000 Pokemon when you add in the forms.
Yeah. So
it's like it's going to take in some time, and it's their first HD game. And they could have just straight up. They're doing a little bit more. Seemingly, they're doing more than like you'd think they would do. Like Game Freak is never good about like big incremental changes.
Hold on, it sounded like you said Game Frank instead of Game Freak.
I think I said Game Freak, but
well, they're doing a console game, not a handheld. So it's like okay, a little more production value needs to go in.
And somebody put it, it's like except for the hardcore. Most people just play it for the story, and they'll play a little bit.
Yeah.
They'll try and catch us within the region. Nobody's really trying to complete the National Dex first like week. So if it's like an update, you can tell it's something they hate that they had to do. Like you can actually tell it in Masuda's voice that he wasn't happy with it. He could kind of get the response.
Yeah.
He's like, they don't want to do that.
Hopefully with this, they'll have DLC, but they'll probably just release a Pokemon Ultra Sword, Ultra Shield, or
I don't do
Pokemon
that.
Gun or something
Don't
a
do
year
that.
later or something weird.
I'm really hoping after Sword and Shield come out, like, I looked it up. Pokemon skipped 2014 or 2014, but it's been yearly since, and it just does not need to be that. Don't be Call of Duty. Like, put some more work into it, because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon really showed you. Like,
So what's the cycle? It's like, okay, new Pokemon, then like
Ultra.
remake of an old one, and then like a semi-sequel of the one you just did.
kind of sort of like that, but they'd still be like a 1.5 to 2 year gap
Yeah.
in between all those, or at least there'd be like, okay, so it would go so Ruby and Sapphire,
game.
then it'd be like Ruby and then Leaf Green and Red using that engine, then it'd be like Emerald. So a remake. So by the time you'd want to replay Ruby and Sapphire, it'd be like 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
So as you kind of should. Then they showed Astral Chain, which I'm already getting it. That also is shit. That's also might be a Dragon Con game. That actually I'll probably want to play that on
Is
that.
it
I know, like-
come out before Dragon Con?
August 30th. We'll be at Dragon Con.
I know, like, you and Reed, like...
But I'll probably want to play that like on. I want to play that docked probably.
Yeah.
I know you and Reed,
RTB.
like, argued in the chat about it for whatever reason, but when I saw, like... because I saw
Argue
the
about
whole
what?
Astral Chain.
What about it? He said that's
Something
new.
about...
He said it's new. Oh, that's new. I was like, no, they didn't. The
That
last
got
direct.
So, yeah.
No, it didn't get leaked.
Also-
They showed that at the last direct. It was like revealed, and then it said August 30th. It was like in the
Well, I don't watch all the directs.
February direct.
so-
Yes, that one.
But I saw, like, the
It's
whole
not like I do a
Nintendo...
live tweet in the chat.
I saw the whole Nintendo E3 thing,
Yeah,
and that looked pretty good.
yeah. It's a
I
platinum game.
Besides Pokemon and maybe a few other things, I might get it for that. A Switch.
Platinum looks
So
usually makes
you'll
really,
get a Switch now?
no,
You get a
won't.
PS4 and you still haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's a Twitch machine for him.
Yeah, especially during marathon or
Zelda
event.
done!
I think Zeldathons and
Games
and
Done Quick!
Speed and Games Done Quick. Yeah,
Porn machine!
no porn. That's my phone.
Sex port machine!
So
Sport
they
machine.
showed that game Empire Sun. I really don't give a shit.
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the pain? I don't know the actual lyrics, but it's close enough.
So yeah, that's about what I think about Empire Sin. Empire Sin. I really don't care. I was like, it's a little mobster game. I was like, sometimes Nintendo tries to put in like a darker, more adult thing, but I'm like, that game just is not going to strike. That's not a good game.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
If it
Hold on,
comes
what?
out in spring with all this other stuff, it's just going to get...
yeah, most of it I was just like,
Blown
what
to
the
the
fuck
wind.
is this game? So,
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is getting Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen.
yeah, Spider-Gwen.
I wonder if they rushed those into the game just because how popular that was.
Probably.
So if they feel shoehorned into the story, probably because they are. Like,
Well, sorry.
I mean, they're not going to apologize. But
they've probably done the animation voices for the other movies, and maybe they just figured, okay, maybe it'd do well enough, and just included them regardless.
I mean, they probably just said, hey, can you record this?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, what can you say about Ultimate Alliance? It's looking like Ultimate Alliance game.
It's the Ultimate Alliance, alright.
I'm probably going to get it. I don't know if I'll play it necessarily week 1, but...
I mean, it's coming out in July. What else is coming out?
Isn't it coming out like this, like a few days before Fire Emblem?
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Cadence of Hyrule. They showed it at E3.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
out now.
It's out now. It's really fun. I've actually played about an hour of it. Not too far into it. Liking the remixes a lot. Tyler's about to mention some guy downtown liking it because that's how Tyler works. He
I
doesn't
already
know
told
things.
y'all about that.
I know. I just figured you'd say it online.
All I'm saying is he likes the music. He's a big music dude for video games.
Then we had Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympics, and they actually added some mini games like skateboarding and stuff that looks cool. You can see a shirtless Eggman. You can
threw me off.
You can actually see
Why?
a render with Eggman's feet. This is truly the game for the people that want to fuck Eggman. Like, I was like, this is truly what you've been waiting for.
You could essentially say they want to fuck Jim Carrey too, but
You want to fuck Jim Carrey?
That's
your prerogative,
you
man.
You want to fuck Eggman, he's going to be Eggman.
Yeah,
you
that's your prerogative, Tyler.
You could equate it to...
If you want to fuck Jim Carrey, Tyler, by all means. I hope it's fun.
Only Ace Ventura form will be fun.
Okay.
You're still sticking dick and crazy.
Or...
Speaking of crazy, Animal Crossing New Leaf.
That's
not New
crazy.
Leaf. New Horizons. Okay. Let me talk about this. So they pretty much announced this is delayed, and they pretty much admitted, like, I think it was Bowser said they delayed it. Not Bowser, the new president Bowser. Pretty much said they delayed it because they don't want to overwork the people to get a game out.
No
like,
crunch time.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, did you know they lost over $1 million in shares? Like, pretty much people like
the shareholders are pissed, but it's
they're
like
pissed.
if you ask any normal consumer, like, you know what, we're fine with that.
Yeah, like the shareholders like completely like they're like, oh my god, no, you should got this game out now. And people are actually legitimately pissed. And it's like, come on now, it's Animal Crossing. They know it's gonna sell.
Even at the treehouse, they were like, we are fine if y'all need more time with this. Like, we understand. Like,
and it's normal people who are smart and realize we don't want to overwork people making this game to rush it.
Because it already looks good, but they're also gonna add stuff that we're gonna like.
It's also mainly kids that probably don't have a job and never been told, hey, you need to get this shit done. Also, can you double take it? Also, you're gonna work with nobody else. Like,
you want to work 80 to 100 hour work weeks for the next 2 months? Yeah,
says John.
Yeah.
So
who knows about that life?
But also, they announced today, or yesterday, that there's an autosave function. And what that does, guys, is put Mr. Rossetti out of a job.
Yeah, it does.
Times are tough. And it's like somebody said, actually somebody put a thing on there, it's like from isn't Mr. Rossetti's prerogative, you put 19 goddamn years into a company and you just get a goddamn water bottle and told it's your last day of work, this horse shit. So people are hoping like that's like the plot point, like a side plot of New Horizons is Mr. Rossetti's trying to find a new purpose. Or no, he's just trying to find like a new job or something like that. That'd be cool.
He's a mole on an island. I don't see anything happening with that.
I'm just saying, Tyler, well, duh. But also there's like cool aspects, like you get to choose where like the houses are built and stuff. So no longer will you're like, if you're building like a garden, well, fucking RNG said a house goes here and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, so like if it fucks with what you're planning on doing. I got some other ones. People said Isabelle will be in the game, so that means she's gonna pretty much said like, Mayor, I swam 600 miles, but I'm here. Like, because the whole thing is you're on a deserted island, so that'll be fun. And that's all they showed, unfortunately. They ended on Animal Crossing. Oh, wait. There's more! The Bear and Bird are raring to go!
To the movies.
Woo! Banjo and Kazooie are back. They did the whole King K. Rool thing again. I love that they did that.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was like, oh my god. Like, you can look online. You can actually see, like, people who really didn't play Banjo and just getting around the hype. Because I watched a lot of reaction videos. And people see, like, the jiggy bounce and like, what was that?
Yeah,
I was like, when I went
second viewing, I saw it.
No, I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no. 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 Then when they did it, then I knew they were gonna do the troll, and I'm glad they did Duck Hunt because people are like, what's really working?
Well, I told you this night before, like I compared it to Duck Hunt, like what they're like.
Yeah, that's why people are saying like, you already got Banjo Kazooie. In fact, especially because he had an alternate color removed. Where he was like a brown dog with a red bird. That was suspiciously removed in Ultimate and changed. So, yeah. Oh my god. Banjo-Kazooie is in Smash Brothers. Like, I don't know what to say other than that's in there. It looks like a part of his moveset is to collect stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's going to spawn around the map. That's one thing, like, most of these characters have been unique. The hero has an MP gauge. For Dragon Quest, the Dragon Quest hero. He's just called the hero. That's going to be kind of, oh, you're playing hero, whatever. People's going to say Dragon Quest guy, but...
Dragon Quest guy.
Well, they could put the real names in, like they do for the Bowser Jr. custom skins.
Well, they kind of don't have Erdrick has a canon name. Everybody else... 11 is the Luminary, but literally, like, Japanese fans just call him by their number. Like, oh, it's 1. Erdrick is the only person that has, like, a name, I think. And then it looks like 4. It's 8. It's 11. Like...
Yeah, but it'd just be weird to say hero.
That's what I'm saying. They have no like Erdrick and technically the Luminary is... Erdrick is a title, but all those characters in that game didn't get that. So, like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's just that's why they probably just chose the hero. Because if they just said Erdrick, then 1, that'd be a fucking spoiler for 11. But 2, that would just mean Erdrick. And I guess, like, Square probably... Sakurai might have just wanted Erdrick because that's, like, the most popular Dragon Quest character. But Square probably wanted... Sakurai probably wanted... I don't know if I said that right. Square probably wanted Luminary to sell the game, the new game. Of course, you got to do that. But Jesus Christ, Banjo-Kazooie, we got a Microsoft rep. I'm so glad it wasn't fucking Steve.
From Minecraft.
I went in so like I was hoping for Banjo, but I was expecting Steve, and I'm kind of glad that this really just sells it to me, guys. This is definitely the last Smash Brothers Sakurai's a part of. Like literally, he's cashing in every fan thing they've ever wanted. Like you know what I'm saying? He's pretty much like who else do you want? I know there's Gino, but I'm saying like at a certain
Master
point,
Chief.
I'd be fine with. I told Chad I was like Master Chief was my third like expectation, and I would have been fine with Master Chief to be honest with you. But
I mean, if they really want to get everybody,
they could focus on some more Nintendo picks.
Yeah,
like Dixie Kong. In fact, like somebody said after Banjo got in, it's like some Steve Mays from Rare. He's like, wow, now I got 2 characters in K. Rool and Banjo that he made. He's like, Dixie's next. He's like, that's not like me spec. He's like, that's just if I were to pick of my characters, who would I get in 30? He's like, Dixie.
He's got to definitely be specific about it because people are going to take that.
It's
confirmed.
And people are wanting like Dixie as like a Diddy Kong clone. I was like, no, with her hair and stuff, I could feel.
She would function way too different.
That's what I'm thinking. People are thinking, well, apparently in the code, her and Diddy were actually like a tag team. Like you could like
Ice Climber type of thing.
Like you like trade them in. Like instead of Nana and Pope, only like one would be on the foreground to take damage. Like like in the original Donkey Kong Country, that would have been cool. But they can't do that now because I'd be changing up Diddy's moveset too much.
I was about to say, like, did you notice the way Banjo does attacks?
What do you mean?
Like some of his like side attacks or like other things.
What do you mean?
Which attack?
What?
I don't know. What
did you know his things or things is what you basically just said. Like
the way he attacks, essentially, where like he's either slamming
Kazooie.
He
did that.
Those are like moves from the game.
Yeah.
Or there's something else. Pretty much,
they're all based off moves from the game.
I know. I was about to say they pretty much look like Donkey Kong. That's probably why they put him.
Donkey Kong. No, they put him. Tyler, that's not what they.
Some of the animations, at least for what they used for Banjo attacking,
just him punching,
looked like
even his combo.
Donkey Kong's pretty much moves.
He's just doing a 1, 2, 3 punch. A lot of characters do hoo ha hoo. Tyler, I don't know what you expect.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the thing again, but they look like Donkey Kong, which made me think why they put it.
Is it
with
because
Donkey
he's
Kong.
brown?
No.
Do all brown things look similar to you?
No.
You just said earlier in this podcast you like it when we spice in the N word a lot. You said that's what you said. You said you get tired of just John calling you dumb
because that's all John has.
And you want him to call you the N word. You want to spice it in there, Tyler.
He could cut something different once in a while.
You're just a stupid slut.
There you go. See, that's spiced up.
Y'all are in a,
not a stupid dumb, but a stupid slut.
Holy shit, you guys are in an abusive rut. Like, but all
I'm saying is the way Banjo looked attacking in certain attacks,
Tyler,
reminded me of the way Donkey Kong attacks some of his certain attacks.
What other attack than his 1, 2, 3
I don't
punch?
know for sure, and it's not just 1, 2, 3 punch.
Then what?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it again.
That's the only move that. Every other thing he uses is Kazooie, Tyler. Like I don't think you really understand. Tyler's dumb as shit. Like
all I'm saying,
I'm talking to a drunk too at this point. Like
Banjo, in my opinion, the attacks, the way they rigged it, whatever the fuck they did, looks like Donkey Kong. And that's why they had Donkey Kong, Diddy, and K. Rool in the reveal for it.
Or Tyler, did you know that Rare made Donkey Kong Country?
That's also a possibility too, but
Tyler,
still.
That's why that he shows up in there.
Then why is Duck Hunt in it?
Because the controversy behind Duck Hunt looking like Banjo-Kazooie, and also he's a troll character and he did something funny.
Then why don't I choose Duck Hunt?
You have before.
Not all the time. That's not my go-to troll.
Why are you asking me a question about what you do?
Do what?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Remind me of the bait.
So, John, how excited were you when Banjo was announced?
Not that much.
I was excited, but I was more happy that it's like, okay, we got a good rep. that a lot of people would be happy with. I was more happier for the fact that people got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Than I was like Banjo's actually.
People were saying the reason why the Hero and Banjo were announced is because the West is going to go crazy over Banjo, and not so much Dragon Quest. And then the East, actually, it's ironic. I saw an image today, like the East on the Nintendo Direct. No, they were really. I mean, Banjo they liked it over there too. Like Sakura was a huge fan of it, so it's like they're both cheering, and then like the West is like, oh man, waste of a slot for Dragon Quest. It's like people just. The American Smash community is really toxic. Like, they don't understand. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm really excited for Banjo. Like, I mean, we'll talk more Smash. We'll probably have, like, another Smash almost focused. Just because we didn't speculate those last two. Because I got some theories.
My theory is, like, okay, the first two with Joker and Hero, those are kind of more
RPGs.
Sakurai's picks, personal ones. Like, okay, here's what I want. Well,
apparently Sakurai didn't choose any of the DLC. Nintendo
really?
Okay. Nintendo did. Basically the way it lined up is Sakurai explained, like, they announced DLC, and like a week later he said the DLC's been decided. It's been decided by Nintendo. So pretty much Nintendo made a list of possible characters they could get, and Sakurai picked from the list.
Oh, okay.
But apparently,
I had a feeling it was like the first two he kind of picked, and the last three were based off the poll.
So listen, Nintendo decided, but then he finalized.
In a way, yeah. Like these are the companies like what they'll work with, and I pretty much think I don't even think it was like we can get Joker. I think it's like Sega's down for another character. Here's possible reps, and Sakurai, he liked Persona 5, but also it's doing really well worldwide. Dragon Quest, you can't argue another RPG deserves a rep before him.
I was going to say, like, from Sega, what else would they have?
Another Sonic character.
Tails,
Jet Set Radios.
Okay, Jet Set maybe, but...
Jet Set would never make it in.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, movesets, what they have to offer, Persona overall just seems the best option.
Persona's, but also it's like... Or also Sega's like, hey, let's push...
sales of our other game.
Yeah, that's like,
right out right now.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's also advertisement. I mean, Roy was advertisement in Melee.
Mm-hmm. I did not care.
That doesn't. He was advertisement for the Japanese market, Tyler. Originally, we weren't even going to get Martha Roy.
Good.
They were going to be cut out in the American version.
I wonder how Smash in America would have been without Marth.
We wouldn't have had 7 goddamn Fire Emblem characters.
Well, okay, I'm saying on like tournament scene. How would we have been without Marth?
No items, Final Destination Fox only. Same shit.
Yeah, it would have still just been Fox.
It would have been Fox, Falco, Cap, Jiggly. Peach, Yoshi.
Yeah, with wife. Yeah.
With wife?
That was the guy who played Peach most of the time. His name was Wife.
Or Armada?
I don't know that one.
So he's trying to talk to me about professional Melee. He doesn't know who Armada is. Okay, Tyler, please shut up.
I only watched a documentary and it only had that person in it who played Peach.
You're that dude that watches a Netflix documentary and then you walk into work the next day and all of a sudden you're an expert.
On?
You're that douchebag. Like, oh, I watched a documentary, so now I'm an expert on this topic.
On who?
Whatever you watch a documentary on, I'm saying you're just
I don't usually watch documentaries unless it's Blue Planet.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not even a documentary, in my opinion.
I am saying, Tyler, that you're one of those people that you just watched one thing on something, so you're an expert.
I don't even count as a documentary.
You're the goddamn stupid bitch in the hospital trying to tell the doctor, but WebMD says this.
I ain't about it that life, though.
That's what you're being like. You're being a little Terry.
I am the spawn of it.
So, Banjo is really fucking hype, and that's all Nintendo had to announce. But god damn! Nintendo said, nah, we ain't just gonna win E3. We're gonna end E3.
I figured Dominate would be better, but...
With Breath of the Wild 2, baby. They didn't have to do it. They did it.
I mean, it's assumed we're working on the next Zelda.
But we
didn't know the content of the next Zelda.
It's a sequel / continuation of the last one.
People are bitching and saying Nintendo's lazy for reusing the Breath of the Wild engine. Well, first off, you don't work on an engine for like 4 or 5 years.
For a system and reuse it. And it's fine.
You don't work on an engine for 4 or 5 years and use it once. Also, little known fact, kids, did you know that Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword all run on the same engine?
Mm-hmm. And they look completely different.
Also, Breath of the Wild was universally praised, and people wanted to see more of the world. And this has more. If this has more story to it in that world, and of course they're going to change some things up, then hell yeah, bring on Breath of the Wild 2. Apparently, it's going to be darker. I think that guy down in the underneath Hyrule is Ganondorf because theory in the game you do run across this book of the first champion that fought Ganon 1,000 years ago, and he lost or he sealed him, but he paid the ultimate price. He had long red hair and he wielded a trident like the original Ganon. So that's what people are thinking. Like Ganon's essence will probably go down to him and revive Ganondorf and make him Ganondorf. He probably was just like some regular guy, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like that's cool. Like they go down there, and I wonder like if Zelda. I wonder if Zelda's gonna get captured or if she's gonna like play another role.
I've seen.
I was like, what if you could play as Zelda? Like that'd be cool because then you can play her in Cadence of Hyrule.
Hopefully, she just tags along and it's like an aid.
I've seen the screen caps of the whole like the presentation they showed for that, and people, whether it's true or not, they explained the captions in like a chronological order. They weren't shown in chronological order, but pretty much just this hand was like some kind of mystical force keeping either Ganon in that universe or like you're saying, original Ganondorf at bay. Stuff happens.
No, that hand is Calamity Ganon. That is the same thing that Calamity Ganon looks like. And it pretty much looks...
I don't know. But they were saying like the hand reaches out to save Link from falling over the side or whatever, which awakens that thing, and then he has a new power because of it. So
it seems like Link was doing something and woke it up, is basically what it seems like. So pretty much it seems like Calamity Ganon's... I'm thinking his essence or the last of his thing goes down into this. Like, I'm sure like the reason why they're down there is, there's rumblings deep within the castle. Like, this could literally take place like literal days after Breath of the Wild. Like, literally it's like, well, let's go like fix up the castle.
But deep underground.
I mean, there could be disturbances down there.
There's a disturbance in the Force.
I knew you were going to say that. But I just love the entire feel of that teaser. And like, I kind of hope since they're reusing the same trailer, like maybe we'll get it in like the next 2 years. I'm earliest we're seeing this game is 2021. I'm fully expecting to send that to me. 2022.
2021's reasonable.
Maybe. But apparently they're saying like people are hoping this is like, you know, as
this
like,
is not gonna be like a Metroid Prime 4 where they gave it to some third party and second party studio and then to go, oops, let's take it
much
over.
like how Ocarina of Time reinvented the Zelda formula. People are hoping this is like the Majora's Mask, where it's like it's got a darker tone, more focus on story. So I'm fucking all in because I love Breath of the Wild so fucking much.
I can hope this actually has legitimate dungeons.
I'm expecting it. Like if they showed you going underground and stuff, I think that's gonna be like the whole thing. Like that might have been teasing like
maybe.
And also Hyrule Castle gets lifted into the air.
Yeah,
that's about all. And I just like I said, like the whole like the spookiness of the trailer, like the like
spooky.
Man, I can't wait. So I guess we can go through Nintendo grades. Tyler, what you gonna give it? Boy?
At least a good B+.
B+. That's the highest Tyler's given all night.
Well, it's the thing. It's the thing of I like most of what they presented, but will I actually get them?
That keeps it from an A.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
So then, theoretically, Nintendo or Microsoft would never get an A from you because you won't get anything on their consoles. Yeah. Or Sony. How would Sony ever get an A from you? You don't buy games.
Twitch upgrades to free Prime.
What? John, what you gonna give?
I know they have no say in that. But
Nintendo got an A.
A.
Only an A?
God, so much.
I mean, I would probably give an A+ if it's like they threw in Geno.
You and your fucking bias.
I mean, they gave me Secret of Mana 3. They gave me Trials of Mana. But that's Square. They could have thrown that in Square.
But it was presented during.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, when I look at it, it's like, yeah, like Microsoft, they'd have a lot of exclusive, but in terms of like what they announced in their conference, then yeah, I give them credit for that. Like, just like last year with Sony, Sony had 4 things, but like Microsoft announced a ton of stuff in there. So in terms of conference wise, Microsoft had the best. I'm so much want to give Nintendo an A+, but I think I'm just gonna stick with an A. Like, I really, really liked it. Like, I was like, pretty much, I don't know what more they could have done. Was it a perfect one? I mean, shit. I really might give it an A+. Like, Like, got No More Heroes 3. I'm undecided on A+. Can I give it like an A+-? Like, it's like not quite like
A+-.
It's not quite 100.
Isn't that just an A?
I wouldn't say it's
100.
No, I mean like, well, if A- is what, 90 to 93, then 94 to 96, or 97 is A, and 98 plus is that. So I feel like it is a.
Just say it's an A plus. It's just not a perfect score.
Yeah, A plus. It's not an S rank.
Sure, we'll go with that. I mean, Nintendo was probably one of the few conferences that actually had surprises and like pulled stuff out.
Yeah, but they're also the only console that's not dying. Like in terms of like not dying but ending, coming to the end of its cycle.
If anything, it's like ramping up.
So overall, I do want to say this is one of the weakest E3s in years. In terms of, except for like literally Square and Nintendo.
I think the big thing was like surprise.
No surprise, except for Nintendo. Like
and the fact that Sony, who's actually been pretty good the recent years of presenting new games, has not showed up. It's like, well, I need one of the others, like Square or Ubisoft, to step up. Square stepped up, but
Square,
everybody else took a giant deuce on the table and went, game.
Well, people are saying like Square saved E3 because they came before Nintendo. Like Final Fantasy VII alone saved E3. Like I said, like I kind of do hate that they wouldn't have fumbled
between Nintendo and Square.
Once again,
Microsoft
Japanese
was kind of just started durdling around, just like, hey, we're here, we have stuff, we're doing stuff. Nintendo and Square actually sort of like, here, we're giving you reasons to get excited.
Again, Japanese developers same gaming. How, Tyler? What? So what?
I'm sure it wasn't completely only Japanese.
Every Western developer
they're
had to
located there.
Streaming
platform and a battle royale
of video games. Like, we're presenting our new streaming service for your new games. But it shows nothing of their new service. It's like, we're planning for the future with a streaming service. I'm like, it's not even worth it right now. You're not.
Where's your fiber lines?
Well, that's part of our problem. Is they
were given money to upgrade our systems, and they did nothing.
You can tell these people just live in L.A. Silicon
If
Valley.
you live in a major city, then it's probably okay. It works fine. But if you're in the suburbs of not a huge major city, it's like
the Midwest.
Actually, you said it for some reason today. A few hours ago, actually, I don't know if it's back up. I was checking Twitter before Tyler got me. Atlanta. You could not access Twitch in most parts of Florida. For some reason, their Twitch servers went down. Literally, there's like the Twitch outage thing. Like, it was some ant dude. He was trying to stream. He's like, I cannot. Like, he's like, it will not let me. For some reason, like the Twitch servers there were down, or streaming wise. So I would say it's probably the weakest in a long time. Like last year wasn't necessarily the strongest. Microsoft had a good one.
I don't know. Was last year the one where I thought I really liked last year's because Sony did they focused on 4 games.
They did their 4. Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily. It was one
of those things. It's like, okay, Sony went really in depth in
we were in Colorado,
and Microsoft announced everything.
Yeah, and then Nintendo was doing their own thing. It's
weren't.
like everybody was doing something different. It was like, okay, I could find something to get excited for. This one, I was like, until Square popped up, I was kind of like,
it was boring.
What's going on?
And like, what?
Okay.
I don't think I brought it up during Ubisoft, but that game they announced like 3 years ago, Skull and Bones. They can't even show us. Why can't you just show us a little bit of something? Jesus, you showed us 5 Tom Clancy games. Like, you can't just here's Skull and Bones.
The fact they had actual like gameplay on the season, they've shown nothing since. It's like, what the hell happened to your game?
Fuck it.
Sea of Thieves knocked this off. We don't want to do it. Like,
Square Enix gave a god-awful conference last year because they, they sold Kingdom Hearts to both conferences. Like, Xbox had their trailer.
And kind of like, we have nothing else to show unique for us. Here's the same trailer.
They didn't show 7 that had Babylon's Fall. Literally, like, Square was the worst one. I'd say they're probably second for me this year. Like, they jumped up. Like, in terms of the people, like, I had low expectations. Actually, I had high expectations for Square, and I'd say
Square stepped up to being in that primetime slot.
Yeah. Ubisoft is still just showing, like, goddamn, you reuse engines, but you make money, that's why you're here. Like,
was it last year or the year before where they did the Mario Rabbids thing?
2 years ago. It was last year.
That was probably like
that's
the
when
last
they did the Donkey Kong
Ubisoft was actually somewhat interesting.
They had Miyamoto on stage.
Mm-hmm.
People got so hyped because
Starlink?
No, before the Microsoft thing, people thought they might announce something like a collab, like the new Banjo
Evil,
because apparently Miyamoto was supposed to make an appearance at fucking Microsoft. Apparently, the guy assumed it was him, and apparently he mistook Miyamoto for Keanu Reeves. And I was like, how the fuck? how the fuck is Keanu Reeves Miyamoto? Like, goddamn, like either you're talking shit to Keanu or like you're talking up Miyamoto. 'Cause, like, he's an elderly Japanese man, and Keanu Reeves is like a very young white dude. And he's very
in his
young.
50s.
He's not young
40s.
anymore.
But I'm saying he's a younger looking than an elderly Japanese man. You know, how do you get those two confused? They have longer hair. Miyamoto kind of has like that like longer hair go, or he was for no. I'm thinking of Aonuma, but still, either way. Man,
Yeah, he's 54. I was about
Shit.
right.
He's my dad.
He's also been in like the early 1500s.
He actually is the same age as my dad. Actually, I think.
Keanu Reeves
Born in
is your new
64?
dad.
Holy shit!
Are you in the new Cyberpunk 2077 also?
Shoot.
Also, that means I'm half my dad's age right now.
Hey.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, one more year.
Yeah. One more.
Wait, then no, you would.
No.
Okay, depending on birthday.
I don't think he's 54. I don't know my fucking dad. I don't know. Fuck my dad.
I don't know my fucking dad.
I really don't know my fucking dad. But
I barely know mine.
Anything
you
else?
sit next to him. So E3
Was a waste.
E3 pretty much taught me this. Outside of Nintendo, see you next year.
54
Like literally,
too.
Nintendo's the only group that announced like a lot of 2019 titles, but Nintendo's always done that.
If anything, it's 2020 is the year of, okay, what's Sony and Microsoft going to bring with the next console?
Yeah. Like, I totally expect a reveal for PS5 later this year. I'm sure we're going to get another event for Scarlet
I'd be surprised if Sony showed anything PS5 related this year if it wasn't leaked. I would assume they would do something like February-ish.
Well, they did. I feel like they did that last.
Like they did last time with the PS4. They showed it off in February, and then it was like, okay, E3, we're going to show you more stuff. Hey, it's coming out this fall.
For some reason, I thought that was in like November.
They might have shown a little bit.
No, I thought they had the formal event for the PS4 and the
Mate, I don't remember. I just remember when they did it in February, it was a little more of an official reveal. Like, here's the actual console. We'll show you more at E3 of actual gameplay. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, it was in February, right?
Hey!
John remembered right?
Yeah.
It just feels like a good setup for your year. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, let's show you this. We're going to get you hype later. Here, get your pre-orders in fall, winter. Go play your new console.
Well, that was our E3 2019 discussion. I've been E3 Bot with my E3 thoughts.
Wait, well, I guess your answer is just Nintendo 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Square
overall,
second.
yeah,
Square
Nintendo.
second.
Yeah.
Microsoft got third. I will say, Jesus Christ, Microsoft, this really was yours to win outside of, I kind of expected more competition from Microsoft, but apparently I just saw Sony being like, well, you're not going. Well, I guess we have to show a whole lot anyway. Jesus Christ, that sentence went to shit.
Well, it's kind of curious. It's like, okay, Sony, what are you cooking up and sitting on, brooding over there?
Yeah, they're trying to, shit out these last few games. I don't know. We'll see at E3 next year. We're not having another podcast till then. Bye.
1 year hiatus.
I might present.
What? Your new game's ready?
Yeah.
Your ass?
Well, it's
My ass
it's
is...
half my game, half I own the company.
What? Goth ass?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Only on Xbox exclusive.
Alright, who have you been?
I've done forgot, but I was drinking pernicious.
That was, something.
Yeah, I'm drinking. I fuck no.
That sounds like you. That sounds like you.
Yeah, I've been drinking. I'm unfortunately still John.
Drinking Coke.
Alright, we'll see you guys. You little bastards.
I see you there. You're looking nice.
And
That just
you're
sounds
not.
creepy.
And you know who I'm talking to. You're not looking nice. You could have fucking showered today.
You smell.
You could have okay, I get it. You're not doing much. You listen to a podcast at home. Fucking shower anyway, dude. Just come on now. Don't do like Tyler. Oh, I'm only showering when I leave the house.
Which is most days.
That's good now that he's leaving the house most days, guy. But just do it every day.
Use soap.
Just say you're gonna step outside. Just shower.
You don't have to
before
wash your hair every day.
Use a little deodorant.
We went from wholesome to berating whoever this is.
You little fucker. We love you. We just want what's best for you.
You're a stinky son of a bitch.
You little
Wipe
bastard.
your ass.